Okay, should I start?
Go ahead.
Okay. O Parvatigar, the preserver and protector of all, you are without beginning and without end, not beyond comparison and none can measure you. You are without color, without expression, without form, and without attributes. You are unlimited and unfathomable, beyond imagination and conception, eternal and imperishable. You are indivisible, and none can see what with eyes divine. You always were, you always are, and you always will be. You are everywhere, you are in everything, and you're also beyond everywhere and beyond everything. You are in the firmament and in the depths. You're the manifest and unmanifest in all planes and beyond all planes. You're in the three worlds and also beyond the three worlds. You're imperceptible and independent. You're the creator, the Lord of Lords, the knower of all minds and hearts. You are omnipotent and omnipresent. Your knowledge infinite, power infinite, and bliss infinite. You are the ocean of knowledge, all knowing, infinitely knowing, the knower of the past, the present, and the future. You are all merciful, eternally benevolent. You're the soul of souls, the one with infinite attributes. You're the trinity of truth, knowledge, and bliss. You're the source of truth, the ocean of love. You're the ancient one, the highest of the high. You're Prabhu and Parameshwar. You're the beyond God and the beyond God also. You're Parabrahma, Allah, Ilahi, Wisdom, Honor, Master, and God the Beloved. Your name be said, the only one worthy of worship.
Okay, excellent. Teju, do you know the repentance prayer? Okay, that's okay. Someone, do you want to say the repentance prayer? Or anyone else?
Yeah, I'll say the.
Okay.
Okay. We repent, most merciful.
We repent, most merciful.
Wait, there's a huge echo. Give me a second.
We don't hear anything, so. Okay, somebody else wants to take it?
I'll do it. Sorry, I need to restart.
Okay, just continue, guys. It's okay. We're just having a lot of technical issues here. Okay. All right, Meher, do you want to take it, or Ian, perhaps?
I could do it.
Okay, do it, Ian.
I don't know by heart.
Okay, I can't share anything right now. I'm having some major issues, so say what.
No.
Okay.
We repent, O God, most merciful, for all our sins committed by us, for every thought that not have been thought, and for every, I don't know.
All right, anybody else?
I can do it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Natia can do it.
Okay. The repentant.
Yes, please.
We repent, O God, most merciful, for every thought that was false and deed, for every word spoken on us, every deed done not. We repent for every deed and word and thought inspired by selfishness, word and thought inspired by hatred, lie, for all hypocrisy, every promise and backbiting. Most blessed God, for word and deed that bring others to others. Father, mercy, yes. Please forgive us for our constant failures.
Okay, excellent. So we have the last one. Can anybody say the beloved God prayer?
I'll do it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Beloved God, help us, Lord, to love you more and more, and still yet more, till we become the birthday of union with you. And help us, Lord, to hold fast to Baba Dhamma until the very end. Avatar Mera Baba Ki Jai.
Okay, perfect. Guys, I have no idea what is going on today. We do have our guests coming in, hopefully at 4 o'clock. I'm going to just reach out to them one more time. Who would like, Teju, you're here. We're here to celebrate Baba's birthday today. So can you start us off with your performance?
The story, you want to give the story, right?
Yeah. Whatever you'd like to share for Baba's birthday, can you please share with us?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Can you say what is that you're going to do? This is a story from the book God Brother, and it is written by Mani, Baba's sister. Okay. Go ahead.
The Forgotten Toy. How about telling you of my first meeting with Mehra? It was at Baba's house, Pune. When I was about 5 years old, Baba was on a visit home to our parents. I had brought Mehra along. Mehra told me later, many years later, that Baba gave her a toy and told her to give it to his little sister, whom she could meet for the first time. Mehra remembered doing so, but she could not recall what the toy was. She asked me, Mani, do you remember what that toy was which Baba gave me to give to you as a child? No doubt that she fell in my love for toys would surely make me remember that first gift. No, Mehra, I replied, I don't remember the toy, and I don't remember anyone else who had come along with Baba and you. All I remember is you, as you stood by the well one morning combing your hair. I could not take my eyes away from your beautiful hair. Mehra blushed happily as I said that. She knew her hair was beautiful, falling below her waist in gentle waves. Full and soft, her brown hair shone with glints of honey. She loved beauty for beauty's sake, and she was proud of her hair. Early in her life with Baba, while still in her teens, she and the other women, Mandali, had to wear white bandanas on their heads, which totally covered their hair. Here was a vanity happily given up by Mehra for Baba's sake. She who loved beauty had already gained the most beautiful one as her beloved. Jai Baba. So I also have some photos of Mehra and Mani. This is Mehra.
Yeah, this is Mehra near the well that Mani is talking about in the story, and this is actually Mani herself. Okay.
It's beautiful, Teju.
Jai Baba.
Thank you.
Jai Baba. Teju. Very nice.
Okay, Baba.
Do you have any song to share, Teju?
No.
Okay, thank you. It was wonderful reading, Jai Baba.
Okay, so I think mom is having a bit of technical issues, so I think she just wants the next person to go.
Next, who wants to go? Ayan, you want to go? Ayan?
You probably have to go do something. I think someone else can go if they want
Looks
to.
like he's frozen.
Sahana, you want to go next?
I have nothing to do.
Can you hear me? Sorry. I'm gonna, 1 second.
Did Manya join? Jai Baba? Jai Baba, Meher Preeti?
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect, Shilpa. Now
Oh,
your song
1
is
second,
good.
okay? Oh my God. Sorry, guys. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, somehow I'm in. People are having a lot of trouble with the passcode. They can't seem to get in.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been getting some texts here and there. So,
okay.
Manya, I'm not sure where she is. Teju, is there anything else you'd like to share?
No.
Okay, Shalaja, I think we should go to the videos that I had sent.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to see again if, because
Okay.
you joined as a
Okay.
different account. I don't think you can do anything there.
There's someone
Yeah,
telling.
someone's here. Hello. Who is this?
Is that Meher Manya? Manya? Jai Baba.
Hello. Okay, guys.
Okay.
So, Ayan, did you want to go next? Because you're going today.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
Alrighty. So, I'm doing Amazing Grace today.
Okay.
But I got super confused. So I remember I did a recording of Amazing Grace.
Yeah, you're going to play it again. This is completely a separate event. Okay?
Okay.
Does that help?
Yep.
Perfect.
Oh, 1 second. Let me back the thing up. So I'll be playing it and singing it at the same time. Sorry. Camera's not working out. Okay, this is better.
Yeah.
Baba Meher Baba ki jai.
Jai Baba.
Very nice. Beautiful, Ayan. Jai Baba. Meher will go next. Yeah.
Okay, Baba. I'm playing oboes with violin.
Good job.
Very nice. Jai Baba.
Awesome, guys. Good
Very
job.
good, very good, very good.
Yes. All right. We even have our guests here. Yay. And little Manya is also here today. So Manya, can you please sing a song for us?
Oh, Manya. Oh, that's so nice.
Yes.
Awesome. You look very pretty.
Thank you, Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
पता मेहर बाबा कीजिए जपू तुम्हारा नाम मेहरबा जपू तुम्हारा नाम जपू तुम्हारा नाम मेहरबा जपू तुम्हारा नाम मेहरबा 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 आस बड़ी है तुमसे मिलने तड़पत है मेरे प्राण आस बड़ी है तुमसे मिलने तड़पत है मेरे प्राण तुम्हारे दीन दया तन प्रेम के सागर बसो मेरे यहाँ दीन दया तन प्रेम के सागर बसो मेरे यहाँ बसो मेरे यहाँ मेहरबा 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 मन चंचल है शत्रु हमारा नित करता बीमार मन चंचल है शत्रु हमारा नित करता बीमार तुम्हारे मिलन में पर्दा बनकर रहता है नादान तुम्हारे मिलन में पर्दा बनकर रहता है नादान रहता है नादान मेहरबान 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 क्या चाहूँ मैं तुमसे प्रियवर पाऊँ एक जान क्या चाहूँ मैं तुमसे प्रियवर पाऊँ एक जान पाऊँ सुख तुम्हारी मर्जी में चाहूँ ही वरदान पाऊँ सुख तुम्हारी मर्जी में चाहूँ यही वरदान चाहूँ यही वरदान मेहरबान 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 जपू तुम्हारा नाम मेहरबान जपू तुम्हारा नाम जपू तुम्हारा नाम मेहरबान जपू तुम्हारा नाम होतान मेहर बाबा की जय।
Good job, Manya. Excellent. That's awesome.
Wow, very nice, Manya.
Okay, guys, I would like to make a request. Since this is a program where we all interact, please turn on your videos. It's okay. We're just all a big Baba family, you know, and it doesn't matter what you look like or what you're doing. It's okay. We would love to see your faces and see, you know, your interactions, etc. Okay, Sahana, are you ready to come play? Oh, hi. Who is under Santosh Kumar? Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Srinidhi.
Hi, Srinidhi. Nice to meet you.
I'm Manya's cousin.
Awesome. Well, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourselves, because you are new to this program, and can you tell us where you live, how old you are?
I'm 12 years old. I live in Colorado.
Awesome.
I go to Skyview Academy. I'm in 6th grade.
Awesome. So we have a few kids here. Guys, can we all quickly make introductions so we can welcome Srinidhi? You already know Manya, so let's introduce you to the rest of them. Teju, you want to go first?
Oh, which one? I don't know.
I'm 6 years old and I live in North Carolina.
All right. Thank you, Teju. All right. Shireen?
Shireen?
I'm Shireen and I'm 14 years old.
Okay. Ian?
Hi, I'm Ian, and I'm 11 years old, and I'm in 5th grade.
Perfect.
Hello.
All right, Laya, you guys, you want to say
Hi,
hello?
I'm Laya and I'm 14.
Hi, I'm Natia and I'm 10.
Hello.
All right, Meher?
I'm Meher and I'm 10.
All right, Soham?
I'm Soham and I'm 13.
And I think last but not least, Sahana.
I'm Sahana.
Wait, you got to turn on your video. We can't see you otherwise.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm Sahana and I'm 10 years old.
Okay. So Srinidhi, most of these guys, like somehow or the other, we're all related, but we're also a big part of the Baba family, right? So without further ado, Sahana, can you come and play? Srinidhi, you will be going next week. Okay, perfect. So
give me 1 minute. Let me just go to the other room.
okay, you may want to put your camera there and join me here.
Oh, good.
You're gonna play or you're gonna
Hi,
keep stretching?
Can you hear her?
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
I think you have to go to that default.
We can hear you.
No.
Yes.
Oh, wait. But I don't think they can hear us.
Not there. No, exit out. Hear the volume.
No, that's just for us to hear. Can you guys hear us? Can you give me a thumbs up?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yes.
You can't
Yeah.
say you
They
though.
can hear.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, tell us what you're playing.
I'm playing Happy Birthday.
Okay, put your thing aside.
What? Oh, no.
I think you should play your sa sa sa.
No.
Slow down. Sing with it. One more time. I'll get it up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mama. Happy birthday to you. All right. Thank you. I have no idea what's going on with my computer today.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's good, Shilpa.
Very
No?
nice.
Yeah. Very
Very
nice.
nice.
Sahana.
So that was Sahana. Do we have Shailaja, would you like to play one of the videos that I sent you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So guys, just while Shailaja sets this up for us, just wanted to let you know there are a couple people who from over the world, sorry, from some people have sent in their videos of little kids, etc., who wanted to contribute to Baba's birthday. So here we are.
Hi, yes, hi, Meher Baba, I love you. Meher Baba, I love you. Meher Baba, I love you. You say don't worry, be happy, I will help you. Meher Baba, I love you. Meher Baba, I love you. Hi, yes, hi, Meher Baba, Meher Baba, I love you. Meher Baba, I love you. Now let's sing. Let's come on, everyone. Let's sing Happy Birthday to Baba. Happy birthday, Baba. Happy birthday, Baba. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai.
So this is your painting for Baba?
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. So now
The simple song.
the special song, please go ahead.
Okay. Meher Baba is the best the world was. Meher Baba is the best. We love him so much. He is the ancient one, a Lord of the Lord. He blesses us all forever and ever. Baba said, I have come not to teach but to awake you all.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, don't worry, be happy.
Thank you, Ma.
That was really cute, right?
Yeah.
Shailaja, were you able to pin the video when you are playing?
That I have no idea.
Yeah, just right click and
Pin.
either spotlight so then it gets recorded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Who
Is that
was
right?
that, by the
Is that
way,
right? All you...
Shilpa?
Huh?
That was my cousin that was my cousin Myra.
My sister's granddaughter.
Yeah, that was my cousin Myra.
Oh, okay. And they are from?
They're from India, Andy.
Hyderabad.
Oh, okay.
It's me, Ian, and Sohan's cousin.
Oh, okay.
So guys, awesome. So I know we're at 4:10. I do want us to, there are 2 more videos, but I think next week we can air them, right? Because we have 2 very special guests that are here today, Cathy and Tom Riley. And I want everyone to give them a very warm welcome. They're both from Myrtle Beach. And Cathy is a wonderful musician, and she spent a lot of time at the Baba Center. And Tom has actually met Baba and has some awesome stories for you guys. And they're here to interact with you, to answer any questions that you have. And I want you guys to welcome them. And the floor is yours, Cathy and Tom. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for this wonderful gift of seeing you all and being together. I think I'm so thrilled to see everybody whom I know and those who I don't know, but it's just great to be together as a Baba family. Thank you. This is a treat. So I thought we would share some stories of Tom meeting Baba in Myrtle Beach and maybe in India if there's time. And I thought it would be great if any of you friends out there would like to, raise your hand at a certain point, maybe after Tom finishes a story, and feel free to ask any questions. Okay?
Yes. And also I would suggest, like I said, keep your videos on because they need to know who they're talking to, right? So just remember.
Say that again.
I said to keep the videos on for the rest of the kids so you get to see them.
Oh, you have some videos to show?
No, they're videos. Otherwise they turn off their videos.
Oh,
we have
I
a
see.
shy bunch.
Okay. That would be great to see them. Yes. Okay. So, Tom.
What?
So I'm going to twist his arm to tell a story of the first time that he and his first wife, Yvonne, went to Myrtle Beach and they met Baba in the Lagoon Cabin. So most of you have been to the Lagoon Cabin, I think. That's true, yes? Most everybody, yeah. So you can imagine going into the Lagoon Cabin, and now Tom will tell you what it was like to be with Baba.
What can I say?
What can you say? So Tom, just how you were called in. It's the beautiful story. There are 2 beautiful stories from this first meeting.
We sat before Baba on the floor was covered with oriental carpets.
Can you hear Tom's voice? He has a soft voice.
The floor was covered with small oriental carpets, and Baba was sitting in a wooden armchair. We knelt before him.
And John Bass, I'm going to go get that.
A man named John Bass, who was one of the elders from the New York City group, took us in. He was quite familiar with Baba, had met him many years before.
And John, tell them this beautiful saying. Did you tell them how he introduced you?
He introduced us as artists from New York. We lived in a small village about 100 miles north of New York City called Woodstock. And we had meetings, Meher Baba meetings in our home every Monday evening. Oh, there were about 20 of us devoted to Meher Baba.
So when Tom and Yvonne were introduced as artists from New York, this is what Baba said. And I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that? Oh shoot, it's hard to see. I think what we'll do is we'll read it. We had a friend who did fancy calligraphy, but Tom, could you read that, please?
This is what he said when John Bass introduced us as artists from New York. This is exactly what Baba said. Yoga for the East is a means toward the fulfillment of the spiritual life, just as art in the West is a process toward the realization of the sacred within. Is that clear?
Mm-hmm. And then,
Do you mind if maybe it's kind of broken down for the kids as well?
do you want Tom to say that again, or do they have a question about that?
Do you guys have any questions on that?
Yoga for the East and art for the West. Yoga is a means toward the fulfillment of the spiritual life, just as art in the West is a process toward the realization of the sacred within.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So, should we go on? Does anybody have any questions about that? I guess we could go on. So, good.
Go on.
Okay, so then the next thing that happened was about Baba asking if you had any questions. Yeah.
Baba looked at me as we knelt before him. He was sitting in a simple wooden armchair, and we were directly before him. And he said, "Do you have any questions?"
Okay, so Baba being all-knowing and knowing that Tom was, maybe explain to the children what you were thinking. When Tom first met Baba and saw his beautiful physical form, at the same time, Tom was feeling
that his reality was beyond his form.
So then when Baba asked Tom and Yvonne, do you have any questions?
It just came out of me. I said to him, "Baba, there are such barriers between you and me." I felt that there was such a distance between his reality and mine. And I wanted to experience his reality, his presence. And he looked directly into my eyes and he said, "One commandment I give you. Don't worry." And I thought, what could that possibly mean?
That was before the song "Don't Worry, Be Happy."
Before, yeah.
Many other questions and conversations went on, and then as they were about to leave the cabin,
what?
Tom thought in his mind.
I thought as I was walking toward the entry door, I thought to myself very clearly in my mind, how could he possibly help? And immediately, one of his mandali named Nariman, interpreting Baba's gestures, said, "I will help you."
The moment Tom thought, how could he
How
possibly
could he
help?
possibly help? I will help you. He gestured, and Meherji Nariman responded with that reply. And then what?
And the very next afternoon.
Yes, the very next afternoon, there were people from various parts of the world gathered at that time on the center. It was known as the as the 1958 Sahavas. And all of us, there were about 225 of us from Europe, America, Canada, various parts of the world. And what now?
As they were sitting out.
As we were gathered together before one of the little buildings, and Baba was within that building.
The lagoon cabin.
It was called the lagoon cabin. Baba was alone within that little cabin. We were gathered outside on a roadway. And
all at once,
one of his older close ones from England, her name was Margaret Krask. She was a ballet mistress, taught ballet in New York City, and she was very, very famous. She was very important, and she had many people gathered around her in New York City, where she was a ballet teacher. And she appeared in front of the cabin, and it was obvious that she had something important to say. So we all had been communicating with each other, and we stopped what we were doing and focused our attention upon Margaret Krask. And looking directly upon us, she said, "Meher Baba wants to see Tom Riley now." So immediately I walked over to Margaret. And what did she say?
She said to make sure you take off your shoes at the.
Yes, she said, before you enter the cabin, don't go in through the front door, but go in through the side door of the cabin. And don't forget to remove your shoes before going in.
So this was the door, if you could imagine, that has the steps going up. That's the way Tom thinks of it, as the side door. So Tom took his shoes off at the steps.
And opened the door. And Baba was entirely alone inside. And as I opened the door, the whole room was filled with a brilliant, vibrating light, a silver light, intense brilliance. And there in the middle of the room, Baba was standing, and he was sitting, and he was the source of that light. That's the cabin, yes.
So Margaret Krask had come out of that door.
No, not that door.
Oh, she came out of the side. Oh, of the other door. Oh,
that's the side
yes.
door.
Okay, good.
That's not the chair he was sitting in.
No, yeah, the chair he was sitting in. Many of you have seen that beautiful caned back chair with a beautiful picture of the man and the woman. You know, man looking at the woman.
These are watercolors.
Isn't this nice to see the pictures of the?
I'm gonna try pulling that up. Is it this one? Oops.
Oh yeah, that's even though
this one,
there,
right?
that's the good. That's the old Italian chair that Baba was sitting in.
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you.
It's cane work.
Cane. Tell what you were experiencing within yourself. That was so amazing.
Oh, it was sacred. So amazingly, wonderfully sacred.
And how you were feeling that you could hardly breathe.
Baba held his hand out to me. I took his hand and kissed his hand. And then he took both of his hands and put them on my head and pressed them on the top of my head like this.
There were no words.
No words. Of course, he wasn't speaking. But I felt his sacredness.
And tell about how you could hardly breathe.
I could hardly breathe. It was so powerful.
And then Tom knew that experience was coming to inside of himself. Tom knew that was the gift Baba was giving, and it was time to leave the cabin. So after kissing Baba's hand,
Baba's eyes were closed. I knew it was time for me to go. So I stood up and walked toward the main entrance door. And then what happened?
And it was such an experience of Baba's presence within Tom as well as all around that he was, wouldn't you say you were in a daze? It was like in another reality.
Yeah, it was another dimension of consciousness.
That you have never experienced.
Sacredness just prevailed everywhere.
So that when Tom left the cabin, looking back, saw Baba sitting with his eyes closed, smiling. And then you left the cabin.
I left the cabin, and outside there were about 125 people who had come for this great occasion. They were from all over, from Europe, from Canada, all over America and elsewhere. And I walked past them, and the beach was...
And they were asking to Tom, what happened inside what happened in there?
I was in such a state that I simply couldn't verbally respond. I walked all the way to the beach and got to the beach. It was a quarter of a mile away. And I had forgotten my shoes. And then what?
And then you walked all the way back.
All the way back, and when I returned, all of the people were still there, but Baba was standing in front of the lagoon cabin now with two of his mandali, Adi Irani and was it
Nariman
Dadachanji. And
Tom said that Baba was right in the moment, not floating in silver shimmering light the way Tom had seen him in the lagoon cabin with light all around. He was
right here in this moment now.
And Adi was saying, yes,
Baba, we will definitely be there at 4:30. They were just talking about life in general, right here and now, and what was going to happen in the afternoon.
There's Adi. Wonderful Adi.
Yeah, he was a treasure.
Oh my
so
golly.
Helpful.
Fabulous, fabulous, Audie. It took me many years just for you, those of you who were hearing that story, to realize that when Tom said, Baba, there are such barriers between you and me, and Baba said, don't worry, I will help you.
One command.
One I give you, don't worry.
I will help you.
I will help you. And the very next day, Baba called Tom in and showed him his glory and his effulgence and his divinity. So he answered Tom's prayer. Tom wanted to see something beyond Baba's physical form. And Baba gave him the gift of this.
Have I told that?
Yeah, of the light and the it was so powerful that you could barely,
in the cabin,
that you could barely breathe. The power of Baba's divinity. And what would you call it?
How did that happen the next day?
The next day, well, that Baba called you in and he showed you his light and his sacredness.
So overwhelming.
Oh.
The glory of his consciousness and his being.
Mm.
It was so overwhelming, so all-consuming.
Mm. Mm. I don't know if in the Hindu tradition you have pictures of the Krishna or the gopis and light. The paintings, if there's light coming out around their heads or their bodies. But in the Christian tradition, you know, Tom, as he came into the cabin and saw the light around Baba's form, just shining and shimmering, he thought of the paintings that are from the old Renaissance and Baroque cathedrals. Yeah, oh, there, look, see the light, yes, around. Light. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Look at that. So Baba showed Tom that light that shining all around. Talk more about the light.
The sacred light.
Because it was moving, you said.
Yeah, it was pulsating and glowing.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a reflection of heaven.
Mm. So Tom would love to. Isn't that wonderful? Look, oh, look, there's Jesus with a light. Yeah. And Tom is working on a book, and the title of his life story is called More Light.
How awesome.
So isn't that nice? So if anybody wants to ask about any of that.
Oh, Manya has a question. Go ahead. Oh, thank you, Manya. Does anybody else have any questions? Can you guys ever imagine? I mean, have you guys? It's really hard to imagine, right? A person surrounded by light. I mean, I think that's pretty awesome. That Tom, you got to see that. Now, Tom and Cathy, I know we have a bunch of children here, right? Between ages of, I want to say 5 to 15. So any special message that, Baba gave to you, Tom, regarding kids or children?
Did you ask if Baba gave a message for children?
Yeah. In any conversations with Tom, was there any message for children that Baba gave?
Huh. No, that's interesting. I don't remember hearing about that, but I know he sent his love to Tom's when Tom went to the East-West gathering without his family. Baba sent love back to them. I know that, remembering them.
So Baba never forgot anyone's kids, right? He would always ask about that.
Oh, yes. We have now here's a interesting, talking about kids. When Tom went to the East-West gathering, his wife gave him a photograph to show Baba. And you should tell, that's an interesting story, Tom.
Well, he asked about my family life, and I said, yes, I have 2 children. He was, I think, aware of that because I had had an ongoing correspondence with Adi Irani for quite some time before going to India, before being with Baba. And here,
this is a picture that Tom brought. This is a copy of a picture Tom brought
showed Baba
of his wife at that time, and they're 2, the son and the daughter.
They're too high.
And Tom said when he showed that photo to Baba, show what Baba did. See, here is a smaller picture, I mean, a smaller reproduction. Take this and show the children what Baba did.
Took the photo, reached his hand out, and I gave him the photo. And he took the photo and turned it around.
Show.
He turned it around his right ear 3 times and handed the photo back to me.
Any significance of that?
And whoops. So Tom has always pondered what that meant. Baba didn't speak, and he never asked Baba, but Baba just took.
This was my wife, Yvonne, and she, not long after, died in an automobile accident.
Well, many years later.
Yeah.
So Baba was looking out for Tom's family.
You mean he wasn't?
He was when he
had forgotten.
No,
he had an accident.
No,
Is
but
that
I
what
mean,
you're saying?
no. But she didn't have the accident till just, anyway, 7, 8, 9 years ago. Anyway, so does anybody have any questions for Tom about being with Baba?
Yeah, don't be shy. This is your chance, Tom, would you like to share a quick story of your interaction with him in India when you first went to meet him there?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Shailaja, did you have a question?
Oh, I was also thinking same. That was a good question. Yeah, you're allowed to hear.
Oh, great to see you.
Good to see you, Kathy, Tom.
I see Mayor, but where is Shireen here?
There, she's here.
Where is that Shireen? Oh, good.
Hi, Kathy.
Where is she? Can you come closer? I don't know why I can't see your face. Oh, now I'm happy. Yay. One of my best singers. And Meher, one of my best musician singers too. Hi, Meher. Hi, Shireen. Oh, so let's see, a story from India. There's so many great stories. Let's see, what's a good story? Let's see. Oh, golly. Okay. What's a good, funny, there's so many stories. What about the story about, oh my golly. Now here's something a wild story that you may have never heard, the story about Alaba. Okay, Alaba was one of Baba's close disciples. And somehow during lunchtime, Tom was given permission to bring his lunch, and he stayed in the big palace residence where Baba was holding this Guru Prasad. And Tom saw, oh, there's Alaba. Oh, look at Alaba. So Alaba somehow had done something that had upset somebody.
What was it he had done?
Well, I don't know. I don't think we ever knew. But he was brought before.
They were so upset they brought it to Baba's attention. And Baba sent Adi Irani and Meherji to go and get Alaba and bring him before Meher Baba.
Mhm.
So they set off and found Oliver somewhere. This was in
Guru Prasad.
Guru Prasad. They found him and brought him before Baba.
That's the big
And
palace.
I was exploring Guru Prasad inside, getting acquainted with it and having the fulfillment of this discovery. And I happened to be just outside of a large reception hall. And I noticed that there, at the other end of the hall, quite clearly visible, was Meher Baba. Just at the time that they had found Oliver and brought him before Baba, and they were very upset with Oliver because, why?
Something had inadvertently, he had said something that had upset, I think, some of the Westerners who were there.
He said
I don't know
something
what that was.
that he was
So-
unpredictable.
Well, he was just very fiery and
Yeah, very fiery. And he had said something that upset some of the Westerners, and they discovered one of the Mandali and told the Mandali what had happened and asked the Mandali to bring that before Baba's attention. So the Mandali went immediately and told Baba what had happened. I found all this out later from Hadi. And Baba ordered two of the Mandali to go and bring Oliver now before him. They went, found Oliver, brought him before Baba, and I just happened to be there observing what was about to happen just now as Oliver stood before Baba. And Baba was extremely upset with him. And what did he do?
his eyes. So as Tom saw Baba sort of bringing Oliver to account and telling him he was upset at Oliver for this inadvertent something, occasion. All at once Tom saw, tell him what you saw with Baba's eyes.
What did they do?
One eye went up. Do you want to?
Oh yes, Baba was so disturbed that one of his eyes looked upward and the other eye looked down. He was so upset. And Oliver was conscious of what was happening, and he was in a state of what?
Distress.
Distress and despair.
And Baba, of course, was so upset. Tom turned to the person next to him and said, "Did you see that? Did you see those Baba's eyes?" And the person
so
said,
deeply distressed and upset. And there was a person standing next to me, and I said, "Did you see that? What happened with Baba's eyes?" And he said,
"I don't think he had seen it."
No, he hadn't seen it. And he looked at me like I was a little crazy and turned around and walked away, shaking his head.
And then Oliver was just sort of carried out, saying, "Baba, forgive me, please. I didn't want to make you, I didn't mean to upset you." So, as you may have heard, Baba was very loving, but he could be very stern with his close disciples, because he had such high expectations of their behavior. So that is one of the most intense stories, I would say.
Kind of like a parent, huh?
There's so many other stories from India. I'm just trying to think.
If there are so many, please tell me.
Okay, another one that I'm remembering is that Tom, during lunchtime once, he was walking in the corridors of this beautiful palace and saw three men coming toward him: Darwin Shaw, Fred Marks from England, and I think, who was the other one? And I think Lud Dimple or one of the other Westerners. And Darwin said, "We are going to see Baba, and I had a very strong feeling you should come too."
So I joined them, and then what happened?
And then, so they went into, it turns out it was the room, this really was Baba's bedroom. And then they sat together on the floor, and Baba was happy that Tom had come, even though Tom had not initially. Oh, good, that's Darwin Shaw. Yep, at the East-West gathering. And there's Darwin again. Oh, that's so nice. And yeah, so somebody started to ask Baba about being in India or being, yeah.
Someone asked him, Baba, in order to receive your presence within oneself, is it more helpful to have this occasion occur while you are, or a more opportunity for this occasion if one is in India or elsewhere in the world? Is it more important to have this happen to one in India, or does it not matter? And Baba very emphatically told them, no, it does not matter
where you are.
Where you are. That has nothing to do with it, because the event and the experience of such a reality occurs within one.
It doesn't matter where you are. You can be with Baba close in America just as much as
anywhere else in the world.
And he said, once you find me residing in your hearts, there will be no need for you to return to India. He said to Tom and Darwin, say that again. Once you find me.
Once you have found me residing within yourself and have experienced that reality, there will be no need for you to return to India again. He was emphatic, and he moved his hands like this and said, none, none.
So Tom didn't ever feel like he had to go back to India, that Baba was here just as much as there.
I loved India. And I loved being with Baba in India, but it was not something that was absolutely necessary for anyone.
And do you have
elsewhere?
Do you have a picture? There's one story that is, the kids would really like this, of since whoever is doing this wonderful finding the slides, of the three musicians who were performing. There was a group, they would dress in different religious, in the outfits of it. One was dressed as a Christian, one was dressed as a Hindu, and one was dressed, I think, as a Muslim. And they were singing about Baba's advent.
Do you know the names of them? Maybe, I mean, I've been looking, so.
There are three men on the stage, and
is this during East-West gathering?
What's that?
Is that during East-West gathering?
During the East-West gathering. And Tom said, as they were, the story of the three musicians, and there was a narrator, and they were singing and talking about Baba's life. And it was in a different language. I think it was in Telugu, I don't know, or in Hindi. And of course, Tom and the Westerners didn't understand it. And it was what's that?
I think
it was a ballad, Burra Katha it is called. Bhaskar Raju from Tadepilligudam, Andhra. That was the performance given by them, their group. Yes, they with makeup they used to give performance and sing Baba's life, singing and also explaining.
Yes, yes. So because Tom said this, thank you. That's wonderful. This performance went on for, I think Tom said, an hour and a half. And by that time, because he didn't understand the language, Westerners are not used to long programs, and especially it was in a foreign language, and at a certain point Tom thought, oh, I wish just somehow there was a break in the program, because an hour and a half and not understanding it, it was difficult for Tom. And that was it was just very, very strongly that Baba, what was happening after that?
I don't recall.
It was Baba very strongly made it known to Tom that, this was a very important thing. And he just, I'm just trying to remember the end of that story. That was, that it was the devotion of these people that was just very, good. So here, if you look and see on the men's side, you can see Tom.
Oh yeah, where?
He's on the first row, the young guy with the mustache, right next to
that one.
Tom is the one right next to Fred, the second man in on the front row.
This guy.
Yeah, so there's Fred on the men's side, and there's Tom. Yes, that's Tom.
That's
with
Tom?
the mustache, right on the front row with the sneakers.
We saw this picture
Very
in your
front.
house.
Oh, this one here.
Yeah, right there. Yes. No, next to him there. That's Tom.
Oh, that's so cool.
So cute.
Tom was very lucky that his bus came early, so often he was on the front row.
And how many people were there at the East-West gathering? Like 10,000?
There were about 350 Westerners and about 5,000 Easterners.
Okay.
So you see the first few rows were reserved for the Westerners because they were the guests. And then the Easterners filled most of this hall.
Women on the left.
Yeah, women on one side and men on the other.
Yeah, and I found another really nice picture of the lines to get in, right?
What's that?
The actual. Is this all people lined up to get into the East-West
Lining
gathering?
up. Mm-hmm. Looks like the Easterners coming. Every morning just the Westerners were there, and then in the afternoon there were Easterners and Westerners together. And there are so many wonderful stories. Oh golly. So Darwin was asked to read, I think one was called My Dear Children, and another was about My Dear Workers. And Baba.
That's Harry Kenmore right there, right?
No, there's so many beautiful stories. The first day, you see that covering of the pandal, it was very thin material. And Baba had said, in the case of rain, stay in your seats. And everybody laughed because it was bright sunshine. And all at once, thunder, lightning, and all at once,
tremendous downpour of rain showered upon the pandal.
So it came, of course, through all that thin cotton material, and everybody
got saturated,
got drenched. And Baba had said, in the case of rain, stay in your seats. So tell about that. So Tom was sitting next to Fred Marks from England, and they stayed in their seats and got drenched, but some people panicked and started rushing away. And the whole ground became muddy and soggy because the rain had come down on the earth. And people were like tromping around in the mud. But then the sun came out again, and Baba talked about what a great blessing it was that the rain had happened, that it was, I think Baba even said it washed away everybody's.
No, that was later.
Oh, later.
Just the Westerners out in the open.
Okay.
Nearby.
And Baba said,
this has washed away your bad sanskaras.
That's awesome. I wish every time it rained, it would wash away our bad sanskaras, right?
Right. So beautiful.
What's that?
I said, I wish every time it rained, we would wash away our bad sanskaras.
Oh, I wish I could hear what that was. Yeah. Oh, Baba said that in the barn too. He said to everybody in the barn in 1958, your sins have been washed away to this moment. Everybody, being in his presence was so purifying. It's
an opportunity to begin anew on a more spiritual level.
So, yeah, so Gopal,
oh, hi, Gopal.
You don't have Teju here.
I can't see you though.
Yeah, I mean, I just turned it off because Teju is not here. Okay. So I was going to ask, because God Speaks is the most important book, to read, especially for Baba lovers. I think when Baba, there was some conversation between you and Baba about God Speaks. So if you can.
The barn. Okay. We are having trouble hearing. So could you say that again? I'm so sorry. We have technical difficulties. Did you ask a question or just tell us a story?
I'm not sure. Shilpa, were you able to get, what I
yeah,
was?
I'm going to try. Kathy, can you hear me?
So sorry.
I think you're not able to hear us.
Kathy?
Even you, they're not able to hear us.
Can you hear us?
I'm so sorry. Our internet connection is not very good with the sound. So could you I'm so sorry. Could you repeat that again?
I was just saying, Kathy, if Tom can say what, Baba asked him a question about God Speaks, and what was that, and what Tom's reply was?
What was whose
God
reply?
God Speaks.
Kathy, can you hear me?
I can't hear because we're going in and out. So it's just
he's asking Tom's answer to God Speaks. What
God Speaks. Okay.
What
Yes,
Tom said to Baba.
Yeah. Okay. So the God Speaks story, is that?
That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The God Speaks story, Tom. Okay. So that's such a beautiful story. When you arrived early and you were with Baba in Guru Prasad.
I arrived quite a bit early. This is in India.
Yeah. And when you were before Baba, he asked, what of my
works have you read?
Yeah.
I said, Baba, I've read so much that you've said that's been printed in English. And he shook his head affirmatively and then said, have you read God Speaks? And I said, yes, Baba, I've read it 3 times.
And the crowd.
And the crowd, raised his hand.
So show that.
And he said,
no, wait.
Then he said, that is strange because Jeff Wolverton has read it 4 times.
No, show this. This is so funny. The crowd goes berserk when Tom says he's read God Speaks 3 times, and show what happened.
Oh, and Baba raised his hand. Suddenly there was silence. And Baba looked seriously at me and said, would you sum up for us in a nutshell the essence of God Speaks? And there was a, and Baba raised his hand again, and there was, silence. Baba looked at me and shook his head for me to proceed. And these words, I remember them so clearly, came into my mind, and I spoke them aloud. I said, the whole of creation exists so that the soul can find its way back to you. Oh, and Baba
Wait, you were about to say?
I was back to say back to God.
Tom was about to say back to God. The whole of creation exists so that the soul
can
find its way back
instead of God,
to God.
I said to you. And oh, he was so happy to see that. He came over and stood before me and made the circle of perfection with his thumb and 4 fingers.
Of both hands.
Of both hands, like this.
And the crowd went wild.
They went wild.
But Baba didn't tell them to stop. So then Tom, tell what you felt.
So some of them running toward me with money.
No, not with money. Some of them.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. They ran toward Tom with ice cream. Now that's.
They reached me. It was completely melted and warm.
God. Oh, but Tom didn't care.
I drank it anyway.
So Tom said he tried to hide because Baba was so pleased and the crowd was so wild. And Tom said he was so embarrassed to be made the center of attention like that, but he couldn't, he just put his head down. And then that's when he gave you ice cream?
No, that's when he reached into a little box that was next to him, took out 5 $100 bills.
No, rupees, Tom.
And gave it to me.
This is where imagination
run wild.
meets reality.
And then he said, if you want more money, Tom, just go and bring it to the attention of Jeff Walden.
Silly. I haven't heard this part yet.
Yeah.
So did you and Jeff split the money, $250 each?
Often.
You have
90% charge.
What?
I had to convert it. 90% goes to the banker.
Oh, God.
Oh. Well, that was awesome, guys. Thank you so much, Cathy and Tom, for coming to speak with the kids and us. Guys, Soham, Laya, any thoughts that you'd like to share before we conclude? Can everyone say a big thank you to Tom and Cathy?
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom and Cathy.
Thank you, Tom and Cathy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we're gonna be early again next week, 3:30, so we can get more of our what is it called? Our programs in with the kids, and then Jeff is gonna be joining us. So we're excited. Thank you so much, Jeff.
Oh my God.
You
I got to make something up. I got to make something up like Tom does.
I want Jeff and all of you to promise me not to send any money.
Okay. Oh, what about ice cream? Ice cream.
Yes, yes.
Ice cream.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, speaking of, it's really cold here today. And then I was driving and we have this mom and pop ice cream store. There was nobody there, but I was very tempted to stop and buy some ice cream,
Ice
just
cream.
because
Oh.
I was like, what? It's been so long. It's too cold to eat it. But anyway, so next week we have more performances. You know, I really appreciate Manya and Teju. I don't know. I don't